Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Betsy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Greg?
I'm fine. I'm very well rested for a thon-like weekend.
Yes. These heats are a great idea
Oh
for
yeah, it's
for
nice.
sustaining stamina and endurance. And
That's right. Yeah, because it's 8 o'clock, so our heat is just officially beginning. So
right.
go,
Yeah,
V3
exactly.
off and running.
I've got my
In which
coffee. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, by saying that now, we've just lost all of our audience because they've gone to source and they're not paying attention to us anymore. But oh
Oh,
well. Oh well. But before you go, don't go before we give away a prize because we are going to give away a prize.
yes.
And all you have to do is type that word,
Mm-hmm.
word source. Some people may have actually started typing that depending on what they're doing. But
Right. Let me see. I'll see how many we've collected so far. I'm gathering already. I've got 3 entries.
oh, excellent. Oh, we're
7.
getting
All right. Good. Here we
excellent. Good. So good. Hello to everyone. We've got 35 as of this moment in time.
Yeah.
And we're expecting more. Greetings from Melbourne. Hi there, Amanda. There, and Vicky. Vicky, who's a captain. I think she's your captain, isn't she?
He is my captain on the collaborative conifers.
Nice, nice. Barbara from the Brilliant Birches are here. Excellent. Kay is here. Kay is a captain as well. I don't have my list, so I can't tell you exactly what her team is, but maybe she'll tell us. There's another collaborative conifer for you there. Go conifers. There we are. Gail from Indiana. Oh, Amanda was in heat 2, so that means Amanda, you still have a few hours left, a couple hours left to finish off your race. Hope things are going well for you. We have she's on the Magnificent Magnolias team. Oh, Kat's also on the Magnificent Magnolias. Oh, and Kay is the captain of the Magnificent Magnolias. I wonder if she made it a requirement they all had to show up today. Kathy Zipperer from the captain of the Popular Poplars. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? And Kirsten's here. Kirsten's from my team. She was one of the ones that came to our Marvelous Maple Zoom meeting, so I got to meet her in person. Well, Zoom virtual in person. So that was really nice. Captain Catherine Lake Hogan is here as well. Alice, another Marvelous Maple. How you doing, Alice? Source. Lots of people saying source. There's no time for small talk. Again, Heavenly Hemlocks from Stephanie. And Exquisite Elms, Kathy Bauer. Charming Chestnut. Judith is a charming chestnut. So anyways, lots of teams here. It's very cool to see the names there.
I know, it really is. So for those of you who have already been sourcing, has anyone found anything interesting, surprising?
Yeah. John Tyner, not on a team, John? Did you not sign up? Oh, John. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, so what did you find out? I don't know. We haven't started sourcing yet, but are you all set, Betsy, to source?
Yes, yeah, I have my list. And I have a couple of states where I feel especially comfortable. I'm just going to dive in there. I see there are a good number of unsourced profiles for those states. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Where are you going to concentrate?
Well, I actually just before we started, I went to my watch list for my profile, my list of suggestions. I opened up my adoptive self profile because I have 2 profiles, and did the same thing there. And then I went to the BioCheck app and did a look for suggestions for sources for my whole watch list, not just my suggestions, but the whole watch list.
Yes.
So between those 3, I'm going to start with those and get the ones that I'm sort of responsible for fully sourced if they weren't already. I don't think there's many that aren't sourced. But there might be. And then from there, I'm going to go to Quebec unsourced. And maybe I'll just, I might just share my screen again, if you don't mind.
Sure, of course. And before it sort of disappears up into the stream, we have a question from Alice. How long does heat 3 last? 10 hours. All of the heats are 10 hours and they overlap. So heat 1 started last night. When they had gotten to the 6-hour mark, heat 2 started, so there was a little overlap for 4 hours, and so yep. Now, yes,
Something like that. Yeah.
as Mike is visually demonstrating for us.
More or less.
We're very big about
Yes.
that.
And this is heat 1 now.
Yeah.
They're sleeping.
Yes.
Heat 2, they're 3/4 of the way through.
Yep. You got it, Heat 2.
And they're passing the baton to us, and we're grabbing it, and we're moving.
Yeah.
And then this will be all done. This event, the sourcing slalom, will be all done at 6 o'clock tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Around the same time that the 5 o'clock mass will be done. So I won't be here at the final 6 o'clock meeting unless I really, well, I can't dial in while I'm driving home. So
No, gotta stay safe. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I can pray for you during that last hour of yours.
we will never say no to prayer.
But anyway, I'm going to show you the. Let me just put the link in the chat here. I'm going to start off with at the WikiGames free space page, and if you haven't already got this page bookmarked, I would highly recommend you do that, because this really is Grand Central Station for the whole WikiGames event for both weekends, because everything you need to know you can get to exactly from here. And so for the sourcing slalom, if we just jump right down to that, it works just like the source-a-thon. And so I think many people are familiar with that. The idea is you have to add a source to a profile that already exists on WikiTree that has no sources. So most profiles that don't have sources have a template attached to them that says unsourced. And sometimes they're specific about unsourced and a different location. Is it possible to have a template that just says unsourced without a location?
Yes. Yes, I've seen that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those ones are fair game. And so if you add a source and then get rid of that template, and then you can claim a point. And we'll talk about how to claim a point after. But if you just come across a profile, say it's one that you've created yourself and you didn't put a template on it, but you didn't add a source. So if there truly is no source, as long as you add a source, a valid source to it, and save it, then you can count that as a point as well. Okay. So regardless of whether it has the template or not, as long as you're adding a source to a profile that never had a source before, you can claim a point.
Yeah.
Adding a second or third source doesn't give you any more points. And if the profile already had sources, then it doesn't count in this contest. However, it's better for WikiTree. So yeah, I would encourage you to add sources wherever you go. But on this place, there's a link here that says unsourced profiles. And when you click on that, it opens up this category page. And from here, then you can drill down if you have a specific type, a specific area that you want to deal with or that you're familiar with. So for myself, I am interested in Quebec because those sources are ones that I'm really quite versed with. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to drill down into North America, and then into Canada, and then there's a whole bunch of options there. There's one for every province, and territory, but then there's some special ones for the Fidois, First Peoples, just unsourced with a specific name. So that's interesting. I never saw that one before. But I'm going to go into the Quebec unsourced profiles, and then there is a list of ones. So I can click on any of these profiles and they'll pop up, and
that'll keep you out of trouble, Greg.
That'll keep me out of trouble. So this one, like look at that, is pretty bare.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bare profile, but it has a specific date and location. Mm-hmm. So if that information was actually accurate, I can find that baptism record fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's very helpful. So I know I can tackle that and then add it. That's assuming that Lisa Gervais doesn't beat me to the point, because she also likes doing Quebec profiles. So there we go. So that's how you do that. Now, when you are finished adding a profile and if you've added it, there is a thing called the challenge tracker. And so there'll be a banner. It's orange, I think, isn't it? The banner at the top that says,
yeah, when you go to save the profile, it will be right up at the top. You can't miss it.
Yeah. So I am going to do this I didn't look at this, so I'm going to say, here. Source will go here. Will go here. Honest. So I'm putting a fake one in now.
You have 35 witnesses.
I know. I will go back. you can check the profile. I will go back and do that. But for now, I'm just gonna demo of source added. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this full save, and then look at here. It says challenge tracker. Challenge tracker. I say yeah. Click that button. And I'm going to say in the wiki game sourcing Slalom, check that off. And then added source birth date. And then hit add point. And I should be on the scoreboard. Though that I have to go back and actually do that. So I will add that source as soon as the actual valid source, as soon as we stop talking. But that's basically it. Now, the one thing that Azure told me, and I had not seen this before, but if you go to, so say you've done a bunch of sources and in the heat of the moment, you forgot to hit that challenge tracker button when it pops up, because it pops up automatically at the top there after you've saved. But if you're in the zone and you're just adding source, especially if you're the type that finds a nice census source and you've got sources for an entire family, like one source can use for a phone, that you can get those type of sources, right, Betsy?
I'm sorry, which kind?
So if you find a census that details an entire family, you could use that same source for the entire family.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Right. So if you take that one source and you're for all the family members and you forget to hit the challenge tracker, you think, oh no, it's too late. I've lost my point. You haven't, because now if you go up to the WikiTree ID menu, the one with the ID and the number, the top item now says challenge tracker, and I had never noticed that before. And it pops up the same challenge tracker as before. So even if it's say 20 minutes later or even an hour later, you can then again click on the sourcing Slalom, say what you did, and then add your point. So you can even do it after the fact if you need to. So all is not lost.
Yes, your contribution feed will, if that happens to you, go to your contribution feed and it will give you a nice list of every profile you've worked on.
Oh, I hadn't thought of it going that way. So if I went to here and then hit contribution,
I've gotten lost track of time, and
there we go. Okay, so your contribution feed. There we go. That's an excellent idea, because if you've done a whole bunch of sources, you've probably closed those tabs too.
Yeah. Tabs get out of control pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I'll just put this in the chat in case there's anyone watching who doesn't have the Sourcer browser extension. It's amazing. Could you just show that on a profile?
Sure.
Yeah, it shows up as a little 1 in square brackets.
Right.
At the top of any
let me
profile.
go back to Lewis. Yeah, there we go. So up here, now the thing is, I can zoom in, but it never zooms in on that portion of the
what you need.
Screen. Yeah. So I don't know how I can make it, but it's just like a little 1 inside of brackets. It's hiding just underneath the A of the Wiki Games logo up the top right. So when you click on that, then if you're at a profile, you can actually use just search. So I could, I don't know if Family Search is going to find this. Let's see. Let's see if it finds the source. And it's going to want me to sign in, of course. Wholly lifted. He's in a census. Looks like it could be. So if I go to this record, then now Family Source has its own way of citation, so I could just copy that citation. But I can also go to here and choose Build Inline Citation. I click on that. Now, if it's an empty, and this one, now let's see, how did he have? That's pretty boring. And actually, this record is for a census, so something different. So I'm actually going to use the build narrative with citation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go over to Louis, hit edit, and I'm just going to go down here. I will go back and add that burst source as well. But now I can just paste. And there it is. I just did Control V with my keyboard shortcut there. And it says in the 1851 census, Louis, age 59, was in Saint-André, Kamouraska, Quebec. And then there's the link.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. So Sorcerer is such a wonderful tool. We're so lucky to have it. Yeah. And and a reminder, Judith Fry was saying, don't forget to remove the unsourced category template when you're all done. You'll see that it's under the.
Look at that. You're right. Yeah. So now it is. I had forgotten to do that. I thank you for reminding me. That is okay. Removed. There we go. So Louis no longer shows up.
Right. He won't be on the category anymore.
He won't be on the category anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. But I'm leaving him open because I still need to go back and add that baptism record.
Greg, you might be able to answer this question because you spend so much time with Alesh on WikiTree Plus. Stephanie is asking, how often do the unsourced lists update?
Ooh, that's a good question. So
she guesses weekly. I would guess weekly, maybe.
Yeah, if it is querying WikiTree Plus, that if you're on the WikiTree Plus server, the whole data gets revived once a week, and it's usually over the weekend. But if it's something like attached to a category,
then that would be immediate, because
that should be immediate, or at most 5-minute delay. I would think, right? There's a few things that take, and I'm not sure exactly. There's some things that don't take a 1 or 2 minutes. Some take about 5 minutes to trickle down, and some things like connections take about half an hour.
Yeah.
So if I've added a profile and then I immediately go to the fan chart to see them show up, they don't show up right away. And I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? And then I realize, no, I just have to be a little patient. So connections are ones that, don't show up right away. And then I think things like, I don't know how often the CC7 gets updated. Is that a half-hour thing, or is that a 24-hour thing?
I've seen it. I think it's within half an hour to 24 hours.
Okay.
But it's usually pretty quick.
It's usually pretty quick, yeah. I think some of the more complicated ones might take overnight to get recalculated, like maybe the notables connections. I'm not sure, but But if it's a template, like by removing that, now let's test our theory. So there's Louis Charette. If I refresh this, now that I've removed that and saved that, let's see. Il est disparu. He's gone.
Oh, poof.
Poof. There we go.
Okay.
There you have it.
So,
anything else you'd like me to demo while I've got my screen sharing going?
I don't know. Any more questions? Other questions?
Yeah.
Nothing is too basic.
Yeah. Alan's response here about generally on a Tuesday. So the weekend dump of all the WikiTree data starts on the weekend, but it's solid by Tuesday. So the report, Alesh does a lot of reports, right, from that for categories and projects, and those are usually done by the Tuesday as well. Oh.
Well, shall we draw a winner?
I think we should.
A prize winner? Okay. Well, so y'all have about 7 seconds while I get my screen added. 30 entries. Really? Well, we have 44 people.
44 people, yeah.
44? All right, we're going to give them 7 more seconds.
Okay.
I would like a few more people.
Well, there might be a little bit of a delay too, right? Yes.
Yeah. Well, usually I see this one tick up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
It's holding. I don't have to refresh it or anything.
No. You're probably not supposed to.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Are we ready?
Going once, twice. I'm drawing.
Okay.
Woo!
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Slowing down. Patricia Jackson.
Woo! Congratulations, Patricia.
Congratulations. So we will add your name to the spreadsheet, and someone from the team will be in touch with you.
Excellent. And what team is Patricia on?
Yeah, Patricia, tell us.
Tell us. I don't think she's one of my marvelous maples. If she is, I'm feel forward. Oh no! Now I'm nervous.
Well, we don't need to put down.
We don't need to say no. I just thought.
She's on the Brilliant Birches.
Brilliant Birches. There we go.
Yes.
Brilliant work, Patricia.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
So the next live cast will be.
Is it 2:00?
Where are we? Oh, I'm looking at UTC. That's right. 2:00. 2:00 Eastern time. Greg will be back.
I'll be here for that. Yep.
Joined by a crew of co-hosts, Tanea, Catherine. Terrific. I will not. I will be teaching, but
you'll be teaching.
I will be thinking.
Nice.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, have fun at music class, and good luck, everyone. Heat 3, go, go, go. Heat 2, you keep on going. Just 2 more hours or hour and a half.
Yes, you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
For the good of the tree.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, everyone. Happy sourcing.
Everyone. Have a good day. We'll see ya. Happy sourcing.